It is Wisdom Wednesday, and we are at the end of the first half of this year. I think we have 2 more days left in the 6th month of the year. And it is for that reason that I chose this topic today. Because right now, right here, we need to make some changes. And the question I ask is, what are you going to do about tomorrow? Now, you got to have 2 things. You got to have the Bible, the book, the 12 Universal Laws of Success, and you need the Success Toolbox. If you're going to build a mansion, if you're going to build a shed, if you're going to build anything, you need the proper tools. And so everyone, I invite you to go to our website, herbertharris.com, and up in the tab where it says Success Toolbox, click on that, because those of you who are buying it now, we've set aside 144 specially numbered books. Normally you don't get the paperback version of the 12 Universal Laws of Success. Success Toolbox is a totally digital package. But we've set aside 144 books that are all numbered, that when you buy a copy of the Success Toolbox, you'll get one of these specially autographed, numbered, we'll call them collector's item, collector's edition of the 12 Universal Laws of Success. So you want to close out this 6 months strong so that you're set up for the next 6 months? Be sure to go to our website, herbertharris.com, and get the Success Toolbox and receive the special gift. When we look at where we are right now, today, where we are today is a combination of what we did yesterday. We are the results of our thinking, of our emotions, of our habits, and our relationships right now. Welcome, Kenya. Miss Jones, thank you for joining us. Kenya's a personal trainer, and I guarantee you that when people look at where they are in their physical body, they have to ask themselves, man, what am I going to do to change this so that tomorrow I'll look different, so that tomorrow I'll lose weight? Well, one of the key things we learn is this: it doesn't happen overnight. And so when we say, what am I going to do about tomorrow, there's a realization we have to say, whatever it is, wherever I'm at right now is a combination of what I've done in the past, which I can't change. That's a key point. You can't dwell in the past. Yesterday is a canceled check. Okay. And it embodies the potential for what I can do in the future. Tomorrow is a promissory note. But what you are blessed with is God's gift of right now. What you do right now has a profound effect on what happens tomorrow. So if we think about this, and we look at where we are right now after the 6 months of this year, we have to assess where we are. You know, once you say, what am I going to do about tomorrow? You can't figure out what to do about tomorrow unless you know where you are today. And that's a bitter pill, because many times we don't like to acknowledge the effectiveness of our action today, that we did not do the most effective things yesterday and the days before. So step number 1 is you got to stop. You got to stop and assess where you are right now. If you don't stop and assess where you are, you'll keep doing what you've always done, and you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. So stop right now and assess where you are right now. That's critical. And that's one of the reasons I keep recommending the Success Toolbox, because a part of that is the new You Home Study course, which helps you do 4 things. Assess where you are, address the things that need to be changed, make a plan, and take action. And so this day, assess where you are and look at where you are supposed to be. Look at what your goals were. None of this stuff works if you started out this year with no goals. if you didn't have any written goals and you're not repeating them over 3 or 4 times a day, if you're not doing that, then you're just spinning your wheels. I mean, I'm just being real about it. I don't want to bring you bad news, but if you go in every success book that's ever been written, from the Bible on, okay, and you read, it will say, write the vision, make it plain, write your goals. And if you have not done that, then where you are right now is just whatever. As they say, this is the product of your chilling mentally. So assess where you are right now, which means being honest with yourself, and then address what you need to do to change that. I'm going to give an example how this we keep putting ourselves in a situation where we create impossible outcomes and get frustrated. Example. Hey, Dr. Rogers, thanks for joining us today. Let's just say, for example, your goal was in 3 years to buy a house. Okay? And that you had some savings, but what you realize, what you need is over the next 3 years, you need to be able to set aside an additional $15,000 in addition to cleaning up your credit and some other stuff, but to buy this house. And so we say 3 years, so that means breaking that down, $15,000, so that's $5,000 a year. And let's just do round numbers off. That's roughly $400 a month. So in order to achieve your goal 3 years from now, you have to save $400 a month. Thank you so much, Dr. Rogers. So here you are at the end of June, and you haven't saved a quarter. So now you have 2 days to the end of the month, and we often put ourselves in these situations. I'm sure that Kenya, a person comes and says, listen, I got to go. I have a big a wedding to attend, and I'm the head bridesmaid, and I need to lose 50 pounds. Great. When is the wedding? Tuesday. Impossible task. Okay, you're not going to lose 50 pounds in 4 days. Similarly, if you have done nothing over these 6 months to work on your dream, now here you are 6 months down the line, you've not saved a quarter. And that means when we take that part, what we're going to do about tomorrow, that means if you continue the same thoughts and actions that you're doing right now, that at the end of the year, you still won't have saved a quarter. Which means that you have totally undermined your dream of owning a house in 3 years. And it's this type of assessment that creates a wake-up call. Because now you're saying, well, hey, making $2,400 in the next 2 days is probably out of reach. Okay, but it's now you can make a decision today to say, okay, you know what? If I'm going to get back on track, and this is critical, once you have goals, if I'm going to get back on track to achieve my full year goal, which will lead me to my 3-year goal, then this is what I must do. And when you lay out what must be done, so example, if you want to stay on track, then that means for the next 6 months, you have to save $5,000 in 6 months. So instead of setting aside $400 a month, you now have to set aside $800 a month. So look at this for a second. And we do this to ourselves so often. If you couldn't set aside $400 a month, $800 a month is extremely problematic. But you see, it's not undoable. I mean, you can do it, but at least now you say, okay, I'm going to get serious. I'm going to bear down, and I'm going to change the things in my life necessary so that I can accomplish my goal by the end of the year. And that's why it's so important to monitor your progress. See, there's time waits for no one. Time is always moving. And if you're not taking effective action each day, then the time keeps on moving and you continue in the actions you've performed to date. At the end of this year, you got nothing. So this day, those of you listening, make a decision to change. Thank you, Sade. Self-sabotage is real, and it happens it's so gentle. It's almost like being slapped with a velvet glove. You still been slapped, okay? Maybe it wasn't as hard, but you still were slapped. And so this day, what am I going to do about tomorrow? I'm going to assess where I'm at right now. Okay. And I'm going to make the necessary changes to help me get where I need to be by the end of this year. Which means that I have to, 1, revisit my goals. Commit to read my goals over at least 3 times a day. Schedule a definite time to read your goals. In the morning, midday, in the afternoon. And I recommend that you read your goals over and visualize the outcome of your goals right before you go to sleep at night. So that's number 1. Number 2, make a commitment now to stay on track. Make a commitment to evaluate your activities and your progress each and every day, so that you only have to correct for 1 day at a time. Number 3, change your thinking so that your thinking accommodates what you are setting out to do. So thinking positive thoughts, empowerment thoughts, abundance thoughts, thinking all the possibility thoughts. Change your emotions. Have confidence in your ability. Don't be locked in the fact that you didn't save $400 a month for the last 6 months. Be motivated by the potential that if I bear down, if I get serious, I can save $800 a month. But I got to have a plan to do it. And I got to have a commitment to stick to that plan. And the third, what are my habits? What are the habits that I've been demonstrating over these first 6 months that are not serving me well? Because right now, look at where I'm at. I am not where I'm supposed to be based on where I say I want to be at the end of this year. So I got to change some habits. Maybe I need to be more time conscious. Maybe I need to be more organized. My relationships. Evaluate all your relationships now, because going forward for these next 6 months, you got to be serious. So you don't need anybody who's baggage. You don't need anybody who does not believe in you, who's poo-pooing everything you do. You need people who are uplifting you and saying, you can do it, go for it, let me help. And then you live each day in what I call day-tight compartments. You know, the last chapter of the 12 Universal Laws of Success says, today is yesterday's tomorrow. And it basically says that today is the end result of all your past actions and what you did today. And so, live your life this way. 1, lay out your goals and activities for each day. Schedule when these things must be done. 2, as you move through the day, hold yourself accountable to the list of things and the schedule of activities that you have laid out. And from moment to moment, always ask, what is the best use of my time right now when I consider my goals, my vision, and my purpose, when I consider what I have to do today. So I can't sit and chill. I can't waste time. Number 3, monitor your progress every day so that you can evaluate your performance and make changes. And then number 4, live in day-tight compartments. In the morning, you get up and say, this is the list of things I have to do to create the life I desire to experience. And then at the end of the day, ask yourself the daily question. And the daily question says this: did I do everything I could today to make tomorrow the way I want it to be? Let me read that again. Did I do everything I could today to make tomorrow the way I want it to be? And from this moment on, each and every day, you answer the daily question in the absolute affirmative, where you said, yes, I did everything I could with what I have to do it with to make tomorrow the way I want it to be. If you can do that each and every day, then you'll be well on your way to the success and accomplishment you seek and desire in this lifetime. Always knowing that you can be what you want to be, do what you want to do, have anything you desire. Always knowing that the best is yet to come. So it is. Take a deep breath. Just let it out slowly. Thank you so much. Be sure to go to our website, herbertharris.com. Get the Success Toolbox so we can send you that special numbered copy, that collector's item, with a special message to you.